Hello and welcome to the Tavern Chat podcast. I'm your host, Eric Tenkar, your bartender in the OSR, your main proprietor at the Tenkar's Tavern blog. And as always, lest we forget, the Tenkar's Tavern Discord server. Now with, last I checked, 1,909 members on the server. Awesome. Well, today's episode actually falls back into that a little bit because last night we held the weekly Discord Tavern Chat, which is pretty much members of the community get on, they log in, and we have conversations about geek stuff. We talk geek shit, whether it's directly related to gaming or sometimes, well, all right, sometimes we go off on really huge tangents. But yesterday, I brought up the whole thing that Joe the lawyer had kind of focused me on, and that was the magic missile spell in regards to mirror image. And it can be argued, I think, in either way. I argue that the missiles will strike the actual target as opposed to an image because it is magic. It's not being fooled. It strikes its target. Now, it could also be argued that really it's being aimed. Now, I'm going to read the description of magic missile, which just by reading this, there's a hidden little nugget in this that I have never seen before. I think it's pretty damn cool. Now, I'm reading this from BX Essentials, which, for those of you who don't know, is a representation of Basic Expert. And as such, it stays true to the form. And it's the same way, that pretty much the same description that Rob Conley shared yesterday in the Tavern Chat associated channel, the text channel. Magic Missile, duration, 1 turn. Right from the fucking start, excuse my French, we have something that I never saw before. I always saw Magic Missile as instantaneous. You know, you cast a spell and your magic arrow or ball of energy or however you determine it to look like goes and strikes your target. But no. 1 turn. So if you've watched Guardians of the Galaxy and you remember the pirate, the blue skin pirate with that like magic science arrow that would go and like zip through people's chests and go on to the next target, the one that you whistled at. Well, it's kind of like that because you have a turn, and I think in basic, a round is 6 seconds, and there are 10. No, the round is 6 seconds. That's right, and a turn is 10 minutes. So whether you're playing with 1 minute rounds like AD&D, which gives you 10 rounds, or if you're doing the BX, it gives you 60 rounds. But in any case, you cast a spell, you don't have to choose your target right away. You can have like this hovering ball of energy ready to strike its target. Now, if you're level 5, you'll have 3 of these, but it doesn't say you can only cast it once. If you have it memorized more than once, you can have more. So imagine, I don't know, a 10th level cleric. That's right, 10th level magic user. Oh, sorry, 11th level. They explain it properly here. 11th level magic user casting this multiple times, each casting having 5 missiles. You can, if you know you're going to come across some big bad numbers behind that door, multiple castings of this spell with these missiles hovering around your head is fucking awesome. Now, again, I don't believe AD&D has it that way. This is BX, but I really, really do like this concept. Now, this spell conjures a glowing dart of energy that the caster may choose to shoot at a visible target within range. The missile hits, the range is 150 feet. The missile hits unerringly, no attack roll or saving throw needed. The missile inflicts 1d6 plus 1 damage. Higher level casters may conjure more missiles. 2 additional missiles are conjured per 5 experience levels the caster has gained. Of the caster. So in other words, you have to gain 5 levels. So that would make 3 missiles at 6th through 10th, 5 missiles at 11th through 15th. Multiple missiles may be directed at a single target, or, obviously, multiple targets. Again, I always thought it was fire and forget, and in a way it is. It's going to hit its target, but you can load it up and have them all rip roaring ready to go. Now, I am in a BX Essentials game. I'm playing a cleric. Darn it! This is one of those rules that, hidden in that text that I never came across before, and it is eye-opening. Now, it kind of does. If you could do this, yeah, it kind of does obliterate mirror image spells, even if you said, oh, well, images can be targeted as opposed to just the actual target. Well, that's fine. Or if I have multiple magic missiles, I'll take out all those images and still hit the target with my other ones. Right? Now, here's the question. Okay, now, and this has been discussed, but you cast it, you have this hovering energy dart, energy arrow, ball, and maybe you have a dozen of these hovering around you because you cast it multiple times and you're high enough level. When you attack targets, do you attack them like, so you're going to put off 5 missiles? Is that your action? Can you still cast a spell if you're holding this? Now, that's an interesting one, right? I mean, you've got these hovering missiles for 10 minutes. Can you aim them at targets and still take another action? I don't know. That's a discussion that maybe has to be had if you really get into the deepness of this, right? Interesting. Very interesting. I'd like to hear your thoughts on this, not just on magic missiles and mirror image, and do they strike the actual target, or can they be targeting the illusionary images? But the idea that magic missile has a duration of 1 turn, interesting when you think about that. Now, I'm sure somebody can argue the point that, well, if it has a duration of 1 turn, then it doesn't get destroyed when it hits. No, we're not going to even go there. It's not rinse and repeat the same damn missile. But I think we do need to think about what other action is this an action? Is this what you're doing that turn if you hold on to your magic missile? Because obviously, when the round you cast it, you can send it. So why couldn't you cast another spell and send your missiles if you were holding them? Just a thought. All right, folks. On that note, quick things to note: if you like what you're listening to, if you enjoy the Tavern Chat podcast, please, if you're on iTunes, leave us a rating, leave us a review. You can also support if you want using either the Tenkar's Tavern Patreon or directly using the Anchor app. I believe it's $3 a month in the Anchor app if you want to support the Tavern and all the things we do. I certainly do appreciate the support. But again, leave feedback. I like your feedback. All right. Let's bow out. God bless. Be safe. Roll those dice well. And I will talk with you all tomorrow. Later, folks.